You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio for the second time tonight. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. We have a very special guest for tonight's show, so you should definitely stick around for that. Oh, yeah. So, no other person has the power to steal your goals away from you. No problem or obstacle is capable of ruining your plans. You're the only one who can do that. In any situation, you can make it through with your goals intact, or you can back down and allow yourself to be defeated. You will certainly be opposed. You will definitely be challenged, but you will not be defeated unless you allow yourself to be. Every day, there will be a multitude of great excuses and perfectly understandable reasons for giving up. Pay no attention to them. If you give them the slightest consideration, they quickly grow and multiply, becoming more and more compelling by the hour. Focus instead on your objective. It is yours, and nothing outside of you can change that. It can be yours as long as you need it to be. Keep it at the front of your mind and follow it no matter what. Make it happen with or without the cooperation of others. Though the world may try to show or slow you down, it cannot turn you around when you refuse to abandon your goal. There is a way, and you will make it. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
All right, guys, and we are back again. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and our special guest tonight is Kompanion. He's a two-time double OG of Vigilantes Radio. That's right. You've heard him before on the show, so he's back again to discuss more music and other topics at hand. Our interviews go beyond the music, the books, the films, the businesses, and into the minds of the artists or people who create these marvelous aspirations. From researching our special invited guest, mining for details, watching, reading, and listening to everything we can, we're like TMZ, digging out the secrets. Our interviews are designed to bring out the best answers possible through provoking questions that have real substance. Oh, well, we aren't like TMZ, but it was worth the shot. Anyway, a sincere warm welcome to Kompanion for being on our show tonight. We'll have an absolutely amazing time talking with him about his start in music, the origins of his moniker, and so much more. Point being, I'm sure he has a lot of incredible things to say here, and I don't want to give too much away. So with that, let's go ahead and welcome a man on the show, Kompanion. You're now live in the mix with all of us. How's it going?
It's good. This is Kompanion with the K, and it's great to be back on with you, Dini, and I'm happy to be here with all the fans and you.
Most definitely. Kompanion with the K. Make sure you put the K on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. So the album is out, right? The Kompanion LP. Yeah. So how did you? Because when we talked last time, the album wasn't quite out yet. But since it's been released, how did you celebrate?
You know, I didn't really celebrate at all, to be honest. I got back to work, I feel like, pretty fast. I know. Take some time to enjoy it. I feel like I probably should have done that, but unfortunately, I haven't yet.
Was this your debut, or this is like a follow-up?
Yeah, this was my debut album, and it was self-titled The-Kompanion.
Yeah, and you didn't celebrate, man? The debut? Oh, yo, you gotta celebrate at least. This is a milestone for you, right?
It felt like it, but at the same time, yeah, I can't even describe it, but I'm sure that you've talked to so many artists who have probably experienced the same thing. I felt like maybe it wasn't enough, so I just got right back to work.
Yeah. I do run across some artists who immediately go back to work because, you know, the industry is so competitive that if you don't keep pumping out music, then you're like, hey, I can do way better than this album I just put out. Let me write another album. Or, you know, some just, they're overwhelmed with anxiety and having to work the product that, you know, they take 10 years off like I did. Like, I put one album out, I never put another one out. I was done.
It's good to hear someone else's perspective on that too.
Yeah, man, there was so much stress and anxiety surrounding just trying to be successful, man. And then Drake had hit the scene. He kind of stole what I was doing, and so it was a lot of pressure, you know. Yeah, you know,
I can understand that.
I'm dead serious, man. MySpace days, and I sent them some songs, Aubrey Graham, and next thing I know, he's singing and rapping, and my album was supposed to come out before he even signed, and then he dropped a few mixtapes, and I was like, whoop, shelf that. And I didn't drop it till like 5 years later, and then at that point it was dated. But, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
So you went back to work. So what are you working on now?
Now I feel like I put out the LP, and I had some time for some introspection, and you know, I'm really thankful to people just like yourself who are spreading a message of elevation. I don't know if I'm at a place to spread a message like that, but I'm definitely receptive to that message. So I've taken a look at a lot of my behaviors and just my music in general, and I feel like I'm opening a new chapter and exploring my range.
Right. All right, so that's what you've been up to since the last time we spoke. Anything else special happened in your life?
I'm just transitioning, just moving around, trying to keep plugging away at music.
Yeah, I heard that. That's what's up, man. Got to keep it rolling. So, as I told you, man, I used to do music, and I kind of joined a band now. So I'm like one of the lead singers, and I can't honestly remember half of the songs at any given time. You know how sometimes you get these raps that say, hey, spit some, man, I'd be like, if it came down to me. But yeah, so performances, like, I can't remember anything. How do you remember every word when it comes time to perform a show?
That's an incredible question. I feel like just repetition has been the key for me. I just hear the song so many times, I think, before it's released, that by the time it is, it's just second nature. It's funny because, you know, I have people really close to me remind me, hey, this music may not be new to you, but it's new to everyone else.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a great point. Okay. So, any performances coming up to support the album?
Yeah, I've been trying to get everywhere around my city, and we definitely have I personally have plans to try and get to as many states as I possibly can in 2020.
Oh, you're gonna leave the territory here. Okay.
I hope so. I'm hoping to go as far as I possibly can.
Yeah. Colorado, right? If I remember correctly.
Yep, that's where I'm stationed at right now.
Okay, cool. Hey, I do have a great memory. I just can't remember the lyrics.
You do, Dini?
I just can't remember lyrics. But yeah, Colorado, man, I'm sure it's pretty cold right now. I'm here in the South, and we have chances of snow soon, but I wouldn't bet my last dollar on it. But yeah. So you plan to hit the states? I mean, you're already states. You plan to hit other states for 2020? Like any particular regions in mind?
Definitely the West and East Coast, and hopefully Nevada as well. I would love to get down south where my producer is too. That would be an amazing journey.
Yeah, you gotta hit the South, man. The South is just as important as the East and the West.
It's just as beautiful too, huh?
Yes, sir. Not in the summer though. I mean, it is Florida, but it's way too hot, buddy.
Yeah, that humidity's a killer.
Yeah, man. So on a serious note, man, do you find your music to have religious reference or political aspects to it?
At times, it definitely could, and it probably reflects where I'm at mentally or emotionally, you know, at that point. And there's a correlation between the two.
Okay. Do you believe that religion and politics belong in music?
I think that they could become intermingled, probably without the artist even knowing. I know that for me, that's probably happened, and I couldn't even identify it yet.
Yeah, I guess because it's your opinion. You're expressing yourself, so sometimes it may come out, you know, especially how you telling a story. It just, I remember this one thing, you know. So, yeah,
totally.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, like, if you look at your music on an overall perspective, would you say that it's more religious than it is political, or is it just more of a personal expression, personal journey for you?
That's a great question. For me, it has been more of a personal and spiritual journey. I know, like, just for the LP itself, it just put my past in the rear view, and along with it, I feel like, and this was unbeknownst to me until just recently, like, a lot of my ego was attached to perhaps living for, you know, the negative things in my life rather than the positives or the supporters. And I didn't really see that until I released it. So I think it's just been a personal thing.
Yeah. So flat out, man, as straight up as it gets. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good, Dean. Go ahead.
Oh. All right. What is important to you when it comes to music, especially the message? I know we just got finished talking about that, but like just diving a little bit deeper. What's important to you?
Right. Like that's interesting because when I finished this LP, I felt like something was just off of my shoulders, and now I'm starting to see that as I develop my music and my craft, I think that is just like a lot will come from that. And I think when I get deeper into that, I'll have a better understanding of exactly what I'm trying to achieve with my music. I just feel like right now I'm trying to keep my mind in a positive place because I think that there are a lot of positive implications to what I could do with my music. Yeah,
I believe that. So the Kompanion LP, are we getting your life story, or have you yet to write that track?
I would say that LP is a very good categorization of my entire past. Yes, up until this point.
Great. I like that. All right.
It's cool too because I go back and I look at my first track, Artist, that I released this year, which really was a bio track. And so it's funny that all of them combined really do kind of give an overview or a picture of, I feel like, just my history, backstory, what I've been through, and now kind of hopefully where I'm at.
Yeah. And since the album was released, how did your fans and friends perceive of it?
I think that my fans and my friends, they came out with a lot of support, which I was really, really grateful for. I couldn't have asked for anything better than that, yeah.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you this the first time you were here. It's about your name, Kompanion itself. What's that all about? Is there a deeper meaning behind the word?
It's a funny name because I think that it has a double meaning in a way. I want to be everybody's best friend, but the name comes from me feeling as if I never had a friend. And so I think it's like, it's actually been a demon of mine trying to develop, what it means to be a good friend, what it means to be a good person. I still struggle with these things on a daily basis, and I have to ask myself all the time, like, am I proud of this behavior that I'm exuding? And things like that. And the name goes back to that. It's just about, asking yourself if you're there for someone or if you're doing things for the right reason. And that's where the name came from. It was just like trying to be a good friend.
Yeah. Man, I can relate to that so much. Your album is definitely for me. I'm the type that always question my friendship to others. Like, wow, am I really a good friend? Am I really there for people? Because I'm so standoffish and lone wolfish that sometimes I'm just good alone,
Yeah, that means the world to hear that from you, Dini. That means, like, I'm really glad that you were able to connect to the music that way, because that's how I felt too.
Yeah. So hearing you explain the name and the double meaning, like light bulbs just flashed in my head. Like, that's definitely me. I can definitely relate to the music.
Man, I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. So while I was doing my research, man, I typed up your name in Google to see what comes up. I always do that for some reason. And you dominated some pages of the search return. That's pretty incredible presence. But do the internet feel like a place of connection or disconnection to you personally?
I think I get a bit of both. I definitely have been connected to some truly incredible people that I think, allow me to be the person that you have in front of you today. I mean, if it wasn't for, like, take yourself, for example. I've met, you, and I've been able to get my word out and talk about a lot of my feelings. And then at the same time, sometimes I wonder, once that's out there, does it fall on dead ears? And that's, I guess, where that double side of it comes. And so, it's so funny because I had somebody come to my door and they they were from a church or something along those lines, and they were handing things out. And I thought to myself, when they handed me the piece of paper, the real thing that they want me to do is read it. You know, it's hard enough just to put it in somebody's hand, but then to get them to read it is actually really difficult. And I started to think about all the work that it took just to get it into my hand. And I was like, you know what? I should probably read this. And I hope that people feel the same way. So I feel the disconnect and the connect. And I think I try and keep that positivity and just hope they're reading it after they did it.
Yeah. And that's an interesting perspective to put it in, because there is a bridge between connection and disconnection. That person could have just easily, you know, it's like, man, he's not going to take this pamphlet. I'm just wasting my time. But he still exerted the energy to do it because, and I guess in his eyes, it's planting the seed. You have the choice whether you read it or not. But he did his mission. And I guess that works with putting out music or putting out a podcast. We're doing our jobs. We're doing our dreams. We're living it. Now it's up to the people who need to hear these words to tune in or to buy it or download it or stream it or whatever it is they need to do to get it. It's going to be their choice. We can't force feed them, but we gave them the option. We did our part.
Definitely.
Yeah, we did our parts, guys. So do your part.
And and that's the thing. It's like, and you asked me what matters in music to me, and I think that this is a reason why I have such a great respect for you and your show. Quality is always important to me. I think that, you know, I've heard it before, like, quality rises to the top. So I've always tried to curate and put a lot of time and energy to make sure that what I put out to the people who support me is something that they can enjoy, you know? And I think that you do the same. And do you feel like that's kind of been your key, is just to keep up with that consistency of quality?
Yeah, definitely. That has definitely been the thing, the struggle. You know, 6 years into this, and this show has changed dramatically.
Oh my gosh!
Year after year, just because I wasn't satisfied with the quality or a certain format. And I had co-hosts, no co-hosts. We had talk show, no talk show. All music, no music. So now it is to the point where I'm satisfied at the progress, and it's just going to keep evolving as I grow as a person. So I definitely appreciate you, man, your support for this show. It means a lot, man. I feel like I send you a turkey sandwich in the mail or something.
Well, you put it into words perfectly. Like, you're like, I keep developing as a person, and the show keeps developing, and that's how I feel right now. It's like I'm just developing as a person, and I'm proud to know people like you, because the positive messages that you're spreading have planted seeds in my head, and I think it's just been it's been a blessing to be able to kind of like look at this whole situation and be like, what are the negatives, what are the positives, how can I accentuate the positives? Right on.
And speaking of evolving, man, with you going back to work on music, are we getting a follow-up, or are you changing directions completely as far as sound goes?
That's an amazing topic, because I feel when I released that, I think it allowed me in a way to possibly explore my range in different genres, different ways, but I don't know how that's going to come out yet, but I'm super excited to see that myself.
Yeah, same here. Super excited. I always love evolution in music and sound, and then you're able to take your fans and listeners along the way with you, because they're growing too. And it's a beautiful thing all the way around. So, Kompanion, man, what about the man behind the mask? Not saying that, you know, Kompanion is an alter ego. I mean, it is, but it's not saying like you live two different roles. But
sure.
Maybe you do. I play 4 or 5 different roles. It's just because I'm a Gemini. But can you define your personal persona? James, right? Is that your first name?
Yep.
James versus Kompanion. Are they one and the same, or they're two different people?
You know, it's funny because you said that you have about 5 different personalities, and I think Kompanion is a variation of the personality of James. I definitely put a little bit something extra on it, but I think that's because of the way that the industry is built and things like that. And oftentimes I look at the behavior that I'm exuding and I ask myself, you know, am I trying to facilitate appeasing my ego with this persona, or am I doing it for good reasons? And that's pushed a lot of growth and development in probably the separation of the two characters.
Yeah.
Or people.
Yeah, man. Gotta feed that ego. Gotta feed it. Sometimes. Yeah, definitely, man. So we're going to play your music. Wow. That's the name of the track. But kind of give us an inside look into the meaning of this record and how it came to life.
Right, so I think we're going to listen to the song Wow off of the LP. And oddly enough, I would say that that's the one bright spot on the album. You know, I didn't order them in the LP isn't ordered in the way I recorded it. And I remember when I recorded that song, I said to everyone around me, like, I want to record something fun and positive. And that's what came out of it.
Okay, cool deal. So you said bright spot. I mean, is the rest of the LP dark?
It's not necessarily dark, but it's just, I think that looking back, I made some of those songs for the wrong reasons. And it doesn't make them bad songs or make them dark songs, but to me, I have a feeling attached to them. And now when I hear them, I think to myself, oh, you know, I can make music for my supporters. I don't have to make it for my haters.
Yeah. I could imagine. Yeah. The frustration of, you know, being doubted or looked over, and that can build a lot of, emotions, and sometimes that's where your headspace at when you're creating. So, I mean, it sometimes it become angry music, if that makes sense, or, I don't know. But yeah,
I think you're nailing it. Like, I felt, when I was recording this LP, I felt pressed. I felt like it was for survival. Like, I was like, that was my mindset. When I recorded this album, it was for survival. I was just like, I got to throw every possible thing I can at this. If this is going to be my future and fate, I want to give this all I have. And that just put me in a state of, like, it was an emotional roller coaster going through and recording it. And so it's not that it's a dark spot or anything. It's just there's so much pain, emotion, love, happiness, kindness, sadness, all of those things tied in those tracks.
Yeah, that's real. Wow.
And it was a roller coaster.
Yeah, reality music, man. I love it. All right, guys, here it is. Wow, by Kompanion. We'll be right back.
Always in my section, give you my protection, a little misdirection. I never sleep at night. I ain't getting tapped like that, a trap like that. Watch my back when I shout. All day sleep for an hour. Get a G, they treat you immaculately. Wow. When you hustle international, gotta have a pal, and they better be rational. You ain't no national, so they hassle. You're platonic, but they hate. Moving way through states, seamlessly enjoying dates. With my checkmate, me in a black tee, moving ghostly. I'm the hit of these other rappers bringing out bestie handling contracts, ain't no doubt. Now we shout bandits, yes, whoa, lit, tripping round the globe. Wow, what a blessing, obvious selection. Yeah, you my best friend. Wow, what a blessing, obvious selection. Yeah, you my best friend. Wow. Get next, don't break it down now. Say it with your chest. I'm in on free with my bestie, chilling on the couch. Shorty jump goody. Can I get a witness? The girl really gets it. We just get lit, playing all these trips, really round the globe. No equation could deduce this. We ruthless for one another. There's no other. Blacked out nightly, doing ops. See my new best pops. Bandit, yeah, yes, whoa. Lit tripping round the globe. Obvious selection, yeah, you my best friend. Wow, what a blessing. Obvious selection, yeah, you my best friend. Best friend, best friend, yeah, best friend. What a blessing. Obvious selection, yeah, you my best friend. Wow, what a blessing. Obvious selection, yeah, you my best friend. Wow, best friend, yeah, best friend, best friend, best friend.
All right, we are back again. That was Kompanion with his song, Wow. We're over here rocking and grooving out to that one, baby. Wow, that's exactly what I said when I heard it. Most definitely. All right, easy answers. You know, we're mostly attracted to easy answers because they're easy, and not because they're particularly effective. I remember in school, you know, it's like write a sentence for the answer. Write a sentence, write 2 words. Okay, so because it's easy to not do the most. It's easy to do the least. At least it was for me. So given a choice between an easy answer, which quickly and painlessly accomplished the barest minimal, and a difficult plan which fully addressed the problem, the quick and easy alternative is too often the one which wins. I know it did for me. But nowadays, as I'm older, I understand that now we need details. Like a kid get in trouble, we need some details of why you did that, you know. And if you're writing out an action or business plan for your music, your career, your business, your book, details are important. Know where you're going, okay? So as one quick and easy solution leads to the need for another and another on top of that, our actions become more and more driven by expectations when they grow less and less effective. Such a trend soon leads to paralysis and frustration. It gradually ushers us into a world in which we are constantly and continually busy, but never get anything done. How many people you know like that? Like they're always busy, but they're never doing anything. Like, what are you doing? Busy being busy. Okay, that's the thing, I guess. But does that sound familiar? Of course. All those quick and easy solutions, and then all those solutions to the solutions demand a lot of activity, but produce very little in the way of results. And, you know, it may sound like I'm talking about you, but check it out. I'm talking about me too. All of my messages are based on the dumb things I do, okay? I'm not just, I don't want to say preaching. I'm not just, you know, coming up with stuff just to, you know, come down on people. I'm talking to the mirror, man, because a lot of these things are about me. I take my own medicine, trust me. So I am the guy who takes the easy way out sometimes. It's just the easy thing to do, and then in the long run you pay for it because you should have paid attention to the details. So, yeah. At some point, you know, the frustration, a lot of us deal with that, and inadequacy becomes unbearable, and we're forced into finally adopting the difficult but effective course, which by that time has been made all the more difficult by our delay of taking the easy way out. The next time you're tempted to take the easy way out, take a good look at where it will ultimately lead you. Don't make things needlessly difficult in the desire to initially make them easy. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Kompanion. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Let's chit-chat a bit, man. Nick Cannon and Eminem. What's your whole take on that?
Man, they both need to quit. Especially with this feuding. I mean, I could see the marketing aspect behind it, but I'm not sure that there's a lot of weight or substance there.
Yeah, it's just a petty grievance because neither one of them have an album out. I mean, this is something Fat Joe did and had Eminem, and Eminem only said something because Nick Cannon recently brought up, you know, his beef with Eminem back in the past, you know, and said some things. I guess M didn't like it, and then proceeded to make a track about M after M went out. Whatever. But it's funny to me. Very funny.
Yeah. It seems like they're spending a lot of money to to talk bad about each other.
Yeah. All right. So, website information, man, if you would be so kind as to direct people to your pages, and you have quite a bunch.
Yep, so it's Kompanion with a K, and the easiest website to find me out is www.kompanion.us or kompanion.hearnow.com, and that will provide a link hub to any listening platform that you most prefer.
Definitely. And guys, just in case you need those links, I have them all in the description of this episode. He didn't send me those two. He sent me like 2,500 of them, and we put them all in the description. So he made it easy for you guys, but work for us. Maybe he heard my speech about the easy way out, so he made me do the hard thing. But it's all good because they're hyperlinked, and all you guys have to do
appreciate you, Dini.
And all you guys have to do is click those links, and it'll take you right to all of his material. Man, I want to know your opinion. You can hand out some rewards or awards to some of the greats right now, but in terms of your own influences, people who influenced your sound, influenced your album, like give an award to an artist for the most authentic in your book.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drake. Definitely a lot of the stuff, and it's funny because the last time that we talked, I remember you asked me my top 5, and I said I left the 5th one empty, and you mentioned him. And since then, I've gone back and listened to a lot of that. And I don't know what it is, but something about his music, I don't know that this will remain true, but as of right now, it feels timeless.
Yeah. He's one of those people who have evolved. And he like Eminem was my top, always top. But as far as like hits, songs, consistency, Drake is the all-around artist. He does it all. Except produce. And
some of the stuff he says, I mean, I know just from an artist perspective, and I know that from my personal perspective, sometimes you just hear things and you're just like, whoa, you know, it really hits you. They say the truth hits you hard. Well, listening to Drake definitely does that to me.
Yeah, just don't Drake and drive. You'll end up at your ex house.
Yeah.
All right, what about best overall?
I mean, you got to give it probably to Eminem right now. I mean, I was just listening to that song that he did with, or I was listening to Turn Around, or the song that he did with Rihanna. I mean, his music has such depth.
Yeah. I was just listening to Renegade earlier, and man, that's still my favorite song. Best collab with Jay and M. All right.
Just those two names in the same sentence, collaborating. I mean, like, can you lose?
Yeah. So, what about for most unique?
Most unique right now, I'm definitely going with Kid Cudi. I'm still touching back on that all the time. I mean, I just cannot stop. That'll probably be in my playlist forever.
Yeah. That's dope. All right, and last award for the wackest.
I can't even give that one out right now. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Anything?
Nah, man, nope.
You're asking me to answer a question that you wouldn't answer yourself?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Right, yeah. You tried it, though. Yeah, I understand, man. We try not to make enemies in this business because for some reason people like to dig things up that you say after you're rich and famous.
Go figure. I know they like to throw things in your face. But at the end of the day, that's why I appreciate you so much, Dini. You're like, no, we're not having that.
Yeah, I just threw that question in to see where you're on your game there. And you are. Good job. You passed the test.
I appreciate you.
Most definitely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate talking to you again, man. Don't be a stranger. Any updates, let us know, and we can let our listeners know. We love doing ads and announcements and name drops and things of that nature, man. And yeah, feel free to come back anytime.
I can't wait. Thank you to the listeners and you, and I hope everybody a Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year. All right, man. Enjoy your night.
Thank you so much, Dini. Take care.
Bye. You take care, too. Bye.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.